I still can't believe that Kirill Kaprizov was a 5th round draft pick. Kaprizov completely saved the Minnesota Wild organization, and now this season he's turned them into one of the best teams in the NHL. And the crazy part about all of this is that they have $15 million in cap space that they can't use yet.
Rossi the other way! Rossi with Kaprizov! Kaprizov scores!
The Wild are going to get majority of this cap space back this upcoming summer. This will give them the opportunity to get Kaprizov an elite playmaker to play with.
Behind for McNabb. A centering pass. Kaprizov scores!
Kaprizov has already become one of the best goal scorers in the NHL, so imagine if he gets an elite playmaker on his line next season.
Tied up by Hurdle. Comes up with a puck. Kaprizov gloves and drops. He scores!
Kaprizov currently has the second most goals in the NHL with 22 goals in 30 games so far.
Zuccarello back to Kaprizov. Kaprizov moves in. Eriksson scores!
He's currently tied for the second most points in the NHL with 47 points in 30 games so far.
Up high, Spurgeon shot, fat rebound. Kaprizov's got it. He'll get it back to the net, and they score. Matt Zuccarello, great play by Kaprizov.
The Wild have been one of the best teams in the NHL 5-on-5 this season because they move the puck to each other so quickly.
Boldy with it. Sends it across. Kaprizov, Eriksson back to Kaprizov, and he scores!
This is why it's not a surprise that Kaprizov leads the NHL in even strength points.
Mata reach for it. Kaprizov kicks it down. Scores!
In my opinion, he's been the best player in the NHL so far this season, and he should be the favorite to be the MVP.
Across from Merrill. Merrill shot off the end wall and a rebound. They score! Kaprizov over the shoulder of Ersan. Zuccarello, long shot, tip just wide. Rossi, Chisholm scores! Kaprizov able to tip it in on the rebound. Kaprizov centers. Zuccarello scores!
He's so dynamic in the ways that he creates offense for the Wild. He has the ability to score game-changing goals, and he could be an incredible playmaker.
Rossi with it up high. Rossi fires. They score! Kaprizov on the deflection, and Minnesota's back in front.
Rossi in, cross-ice feed, they score! A backdoor feed, and it is buried over there by Kirill Kaprizov.
Zuccarello has a good look there. Kaprizov puts it in front and they score!
He clearly makes everyone around him a better player, and he's a prime example of what an MVP should be doing for their team.
Kaprizov, and now Kirill Kaprizov wraps it around and he scores.
His offensive production is a big reason why the Minnesota Wild are one of the best teams in the NHL right now.
Scores!
He's been one of the most consistent players in the NHL since his rookie season.
Kaprizov in for a chance to win it. He scores!
Kaprizov is able to step up in the most important parts of a game. He already has 4 game-winning goals this season.
Off out high to Zuccarello. Kaprizov right circle scores!
Wow.
Man, did he get that off in a hurry. It's 3-0 Minnesota.
Oh, what a shot.
Even though he plays big minutes, he never slows down in overtime situations.
Numbers the other way. Eriksson to Kaprizov. He scores! Second of the night. Kaprizov wins it for the Wild in overtime. Fiala, Kaprizov scores! The thrill breaks the seal, and Minnesota wins in overtime. Front, here's Fiala. Kaprizov scores!
It's very difficult for other teams to keep up with this quick playing style in 3-on-3 overtime.
Zuccarello for Addison. Kaprizov scores! The hat-trick!
Element. Angled far circle, one-timer score. Didn't take long, and it's Kirill Kaprizov.
Kaprizov also continues to set new franchise records for the Minnesota Wild.
Three to the circle, into the middle, Zuccarello, they score! Kaprizov ties it for Minnesota! Zuccarello, down low, Kaprizov scores! What a feed from Zuccarello! Spurgeon winds, fires, scores!
It's very impressive that Kaprizov already has 26 game-winning goals in his career so far.
Chokes up to keeps it in. Wrist shot. Score! Tipped in front. Kirill Kaprizov.
This season especially, I've noticed that Kaprizov has become more of a complete player.
Back in front, Kaprizov waits. Bobrovsky's down, and they score.
He currently has the best plus-minus in the NHL with a plus-minus of plus 23 so far.
Kaprizov alone out front, he scores! Throws it off the back of his own net and they score.
With Kaprizov leading the way, I wouldn't be surprised if the Minnesota Wild are Stanley Cup contenders this season.
Working around the perimeter. Floats it towards the net. It's off a Dostal. Rossi digging and they convert the rebound. I believe it was Kaprizov.
Home in time. Yep. Kaprizov toward the net, they deflect it, and they score. Faber, I believe, got his stick on it.
Imagine if the Minnesota Wild get another superstar to play on his line.
Davis, and rebound comes free. Empty net, they slam it home. Eriksson.
In my opinion, he's been underrated for way too long.
Shaw ahead for Kaprizov. He's in alone and scores!
Hopefully more people recognize how great Kaprizov is.
Kaprizov scores!
Kaprizov looks more determined than ever to bring the Minnesota Wild back to the playoffs.
The Killers have done the job. For the Wild still hanging on the puck, they'll spin and score.
I predict that Kaprizov will finish this season with 140 points.
Dog dangling, driving, he scores. Kirill Kaprizov
Just wide. Kaprizov scores! The hat trick gives the Wild their first lead of the night.
Zuccarello for Kaprizov. Back to Zuccarello to the net. He scores. That's Zuccarello.
Front Kaprizov backdoor tapped in. It's Zuccarello.
Now with Zuccarello healthy, I think we're going to see Kaprizov score even more.
For Minnesota, Kirill Kaprizov playing catch with Zuccarello, and he scores.
Over the side. Demko to save. Kaprizov again. Puck was bouncing. Now he scores.
Number 3 in the NHL in time on ice. And Kaprizov, back door, moving in Hartman. Score! What a pass by Kaprizov.
He's going to need to continue these clutch performances if he's going to be the MVP this season.
Now Kaprizov with a chance, and he scores! Oh, Kaprizov able to snap one home.
Hopefully, Kirill Kaprizov and the Minnesota Wild will be able to keep up this amazing season.
Kaprizov, here he comes. He scores! His second of the game.
I can't wait to see what Kirill Kaprizov does next.
Kaprizov trying to spin out front. Kaprizov scores! What a move! Kaprizov, who's in for Minnesota. Kaprizov around Krug, he scores! Kaprizov beats Krug to the outside.
Kaprizov, Zuccarello, Kaprizov, score!
If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel.